listen.
Never in my life associated the word boring with baseball.
We know what's up.
Me? Yeah. Famous? Yeah.
And I'm like giddy over there smiling like, we're about to win this shit.
Did everyone give you crap? Give me a good host story.
I'm not picking it up.
We both love the game.
We talk about it every day.
Can't get enough baseball.
Having some popcorn, you're fooling around your phone.
I'd have to wait in line for 3 hours.
Hang on, because it's about to be a wild ride.
There's no human being I'd rather be talking to right now than Michael Welts, Chief Marketing Officer.
That says a lot.
No, listen.
You got to set your goals higher.
If you are on the Baseballs and Boring podcast, first of all, it is an honor to have anyone on the Baseballs and Boring. It's an honor to have you, and I mean this because as obviously walking side by side with you at Wasabi, and we met a couple years ago sitting in San Francisco talking about Baseballs and Boring like 2 years ago, right?
It was a vision point.
It was.
You and Joe. It was a brilliant vision in the book.
I put it on my vision board. I said someday I will be at the Wasabi Bowl and talking to Michael Welts. And the thing is, Mike, is that there's moments where you're like, wow, this is really, really, really cool. I mean, there's been a lot of moments, thanks in large part to Wasabi for us, shoving wasabi down professional athletes' gullets.
We appreciate that.
But talking about and we talked about this at the outset, like the great thing about you guys, Wasabi, is that it's not only great cloud storage, all the innovative stuff, all the partnerships you have with not only we're here at the Wasabi Bowl at Fenway Park, but the professional teams, the college teams, and all of it. But you guys also like to have fun, and right? I mean, this is the heart of it.
It rings true in anything, right? Whether it's what you do in the podcast, or in any sports team, or when you build a company. It's all about culture first.
Yeah.
If you can't have fun doing what you do for work, then it really is work, and I don't want to work. I want to enjoy myself.
No, and as we said, we're sitting here at the Wasabi. We're sitting here at Fenway Park, and
again, it's a boyhood dream. I still live it.
You keep saying this. You keep look at me.
What am I doing?
No, are you kidding me? Like this
seriously.
First of all, you've earned the right to be here, and Wasabi is earned the right to be here, and it's a perfect example of what we're talking about how your guys' brand, the message, the company, the partnerships, and all of that has been so impactful in so many ways. And as we say, the reason we're at Fenway Park is because of a football game, right? But it's at a baseball stadium.
Yeah.
And you know what's the coolest?
It was a great line I heard from the athletic director today, UNC athletic director. He says, "Who would have thought that two schools known for a basketball program are playing a college football game in a baseball stadium?" You can't make that up, right?
It's so true. And what hit for me listening to them was when they're asked, because baseball, right? But when they're talking about the impact of being here at Fenway Park, the impact of, and one of the players were talking about, I think he was from Austria, if I pieced it together, the offensive lineman for UConn. And he's talking about how a couple of years ago, he didn't know what baseball was. He came to the game, he sat behind someone who caught a home run ball, and it meant so much to the family. They got emotional, and I'm not going to lie to you, Mike, like, that's what this is all about, right?
Totally.
This is like, and it was all because you guys partnered, had this game, had these teams, have these players be able to walk in here, and a lot of times they'll walk into the biggest football stadium all the time, and they'll be whatever. They walk in here, there's no whatever here, right? I mean, there's no whatever for you, I know, right?
This is a legend. You walk in and you know you're part of history. Now, again, I was with Bubba, the athletic director, UNC. He was showing me a video of the team coming through the tunnel from the locker room, all lit up, and their faces as they walked onto the field for the first time. How cool is that?
And that, again, that reaction isn't, there's no knock on the other football stadiums, but it's not the same if they're going to a regular bowl game at a football stadium. This is special, and once again,
football at Fenway Park.
I know.
Who can say that?
I mean,
so far only 8 teams.
So you and I. So this is another thing. So you and I grew up, knowing Fenway Park for one thing. Like, I'm not old enough. I don't think you're old enough to say, "Oh, the Boston Patriots." No, that's different.
Right on the fringe.
Nah. I'll give you credit, but it's like since they started playing football at Fenway Park, since they started using other things for Fenway Park, it's been every single time you do it, you're like, oh man, that's interesting. Yeah. But I do feel coming here to this one where UNC is going up against UConn, I do feel like this is different. I do feel like we talk about the attendance figures, we talk about the buzz, and not only because of the Bill Belichick stuff, right? But buzz because of what you guys have done. I think is next level from where it has been. I feel that way.
Yeah,
anyway.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm blessed to have an incredible team.
Yeah.
And our team believes in building a brand, a world-class brand, and they do what they do. In my opinion, especially best in the tech business, but one of the best in the business. Period. We know how to build a brand. We know how to associate ourselves into the markets that we really care about. And two of our biggest markets are sports and education. So by sponsoring some of the best sports franchises literally in the world, and then over 400 of the leading universities in this country, storing their data, their content, it transforms our relationships with those teams. But actually, for the next 100 years, or for the last 100 years, what's been archived in data now being brought back to life, so people can relive the memories of teams that, whether it's a Michael Jordan played on or whether it's a Ted Williams, that's all going to come to life now, whatever the sport, because of our relationship with sports and with universities.
Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing that obviously
we're just a cloud storage company?
No, but fine, you want to say that, but then in the next breath though, you say you can repeat everything you just said, and how impactful and how important the cloud storage company is to so many people. And I'll say another thing, just like the offensive lineman who talked about catching or watching, being the first game at Fenway Park, watching somebody catch a home run, seeing that whole vibe. Another thing for your company that had hit home for me, I actually met somebody who works for you. Not only this partnership has been great this year. I really enjoyed it. We go back a couple of years, all of it. But I met somebody at a wedding who just randomly worked, and they said everybody who works there loves working there. Everybody who I've met loves working, has a smile on their face and likes doing this. And the people who walked into Fenway Park today, we talk about the players, but you guys should take a second to understand. This is a good thing. This is a good people and a good event and a good company. Right?
Yeah, again, culture. Boston-based company. Is it now 5 years running? One of the top 5 places to work in Boston. We started out small company, literally. A company launched in 2017. Now we're 450 and growing. But now we're large company status, and we're last year number 3, this year number 4, and large company best places to work. Again, it's culture. It's a special feeling. The Wasabi brand itself is fun. We love to have fun. People get it. Nobody knows that better than you. You brought it to life. And I just want to give you a shout out as well. This is what you've brought back to life for the game of baseball. You make it fun. You make it interesting. You truly define it isn't boring. And it's a pleasure and a privilege to be a part of your brand on the journey as well.
Well, I appreciate it. And again, you have opened up the avenue to so many more things for us, including
kind of scary.
Including, just the other day, I got a direct message from Tristan Cassis, and it's a video of somebody randomly shoving a bunch of wasabi, because as we know, the wasabi challenge was Tristan Cassis embracing it and taking it and taking great pride that he could eat wasabi.
Serious amount of wasabi.
Yeah, which is
they got back at you eventually.
Well,
I'm just glad I haven't been on the show yet.
Well, listen, it's coming. It's coming. But let me ask you this. So we're sitting here, and this is the Wasabi Fenway Bowl. I don't know what it's like. I don't know what goes into having a company's name attached to this. And then not only have the company's name attached to it, but finding the right partnership, finding the right rhythm to it, finding the right team, finding the right venue and all of it. When did it start permeating in Wasabi's mind, collective mind, that this is because this is next level. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, baseball isn't boring, it's huge. And I look forward to the Wasabi Baseball Isn't Boring Bowl, but still, when did this start permeating?
You're right. It's become next level. It was a vision point that our brand guru, Julie Berry, and myself had back in early 2022. honestly, as a small company, we couldn't afford to get into these kind of partnerships. But when you're an entrepreneur, you look for opportunities and markets to disrupt things. And this was an opportunity for us kind of build a brand for ourselves unlike other tech brands. And everyone said there's no way this little company could compete against 3 small brands called Amazon, Google, and Microsoft. So we did something different. We got noticed for it. And now, again, stadiums all over the world, partnerships with sports teams all over the world. And literally, when we launched our AI product back in April of this year, we're at the point now where we had to stop taking orders.
Really?
Because so many sports teams want this product to archive and bring that fan experience to life through AI, so that literally, when you're sitting in a stadium now on your phone, you can say, hey, that Devers home run, was that one of the 5 longest? And it'll tell you what the 5 longest were, and then it'll instantly give you video of the 5 longest. That's the power of tech. It gets stored in the cloud. The AI brings it back to life. So that's taken us to a whole new level in the sports world. We're working with literally almost every major sports brand. Again, pinch ourselves every day. Who are we to be here? But that's it's the vision of all this and the opportunity it gave us.
Well, we've been talking a lot about the evolution. Like, for instance, I just did a radio show where we talked about Netflix a year ago. We never said NFL games were going to be Netflix on Christmas Day, right? So everything's an evolution. You talk about the AI launch that you had in April. So a year from now, like, is it moving almost so fast that you can't even conceive what's next, or do you have an idea how, especially the sports world, this is going to sort of link up with what you're doing?
Yeah, honestly, the thing that holds sports teams back is it's actually a lot like the media and entertainment space, the movie production studios. This stuff is literally in boxes on tapes in the basements. And so they still have to digitize it to preserve it, and then from there, get it moved into the cloud and then attach AI. So I'd love to say this is going to happen in the next year. It's going to take years to move this data into the cloud. And we're talking, sorry to get geeky on you, but petabytes of data. That takes months in itself just to move it. And you still have to digitize it and apply AI. We're working with Major League Baseball, with the senior execs across the entire league in terms of opportunities to bring the first 100 years of baseball to life in everybody's phone. Retell the whole story. Just did it with the Bruins on the 100-year anniversary of the Boston Bruins. It's moving fast. We plan and intend on winning that game and being the leader in that market.
Which is, is something, again, 2 years ago?
No, and AI is moving so fast, we don't know where it's going to go in the next year. That's a part of our problem right now. Our issue, honestly, is the people that signed up for the first version of Wasabi Air now saying, but I want a front-end, what's called a large language model, LLM technology. So we're working with IBM to partner on Watson X, apply our machine learning, and we're working on something. Actually, first one will be the new Masters app that'll happen for the Masters game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm hoping I get invited. That's a tough invite.
That's the thing. Is you threw out the first pitch. You've thrown out the first pitch at Fenway, right?
I'm not teeing off at the Masters.
Come on, you're at least playing around there, right? I mean, are you flipping the coin?
I'm flipping the coin tomorrow.
Are you okay? So this is a thing.
I didn't screw it up last year.
Okay.
I did kind of screw it up. I did this. I made a big mistake. I didn't think about the hot mic thing going on, and so we had just held the press conference the day before, like we are today, and so we're at midfield, and the umpire introduces me. We're on ESPN. We're ready to go. Hot mics and everything. I didn't think about it, and he looks over at the SMU captain and says, "Call the toss." And he calls the toss, and then he looks over at me and he remembers me from the press conference the day before. And he says, "Hey, what's up?" And, I don't get to hang out with cool people like that. So we're kind of broing out and said, "Hey, how you doing?" And we're live. And the umpire says, "Hey, what about the coin toss?" And I said, "Okay, I'll flip it." He says, "Well, wait a minute. He didn't call it." I said, "Yeah, no, he called it already." He said, "I don't remember him calling it." This is literally on live air. And so I look over at the SMU guy. I said, "What'd you call?" He said, "I called tails." I said, "Don't worry. I'll flip it again." And my son comes running up to me after. He said, "You can't say that. You realize how many prop bets are out there?"
That's great. So the obvious question is, first pitch, coin flip, which were you more nervous for?
First pitch.
Oh yeah, how can you
Yeah,
not be?
yeah.
That's from the mound.
Well, I had practiced for a week beforehand from the mound.
Yeah.
I had it down.
Yeah.
And then
Then they
it
said-
poured 2 days beforehand.
Okay.
And it was too messed up on the mound.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they had me out at the front of the mound.
Yeah, it's okay.
So over, but high.
The-
I was just told don't bounce it in.
Just
Yeah.
air it out.
Yeah, so-
I'll show you a video of me in the Cape League where I bounced it 5 feet in front of me. I didn't know I had a broken wrist, but whatever.
Oh, all right. Well, that's
Hey,
acceptable.
But sincerely, thank you for everything.
Thanks for
And-
the
and
opportunity.
congratulations.
Likewise.
And it's just, you guys bring a smile to my face every time I see you guys, and certainly you bring a smile to my face when I see you in this setting, because I know this between the bowl game, between the Sam Adams beer, between
Thanks.
the fun that we have like in Wasabi, so all of it. So
We're just two kids still living a dream.
We
That's
got-
all we are, right?
we-
We're two local guys that somehow made it here.
right, and we just walk.
Appreciative.
We walk around and Wasabi and baseball isn't boring.
Exactly.
It's just great. Thank you, man.
My
Appreciate
pleasure.
it.
Thank you.